want solutions to avoid the American nightmare, ladies and gentlemen. So, again, good evening and welcome to So You Want to Buy a Home. Thank you so much for joining us. It's a pleasure to have you here. Again, my name is Yaz Anderson. Again, we also have a chat box, guys. Please feel free to use the chat box to communicate with us throughout the presentation. If you have questions, you can also raise your hand with the emojis at the bottom, the reaction buttons, or feel free to put your questions in the chat if you're not in a quiet area. Again, I'm Yaz Anderson here, along with I have Miss Summer Britt. She is the mortgage lady. She is the money lady. Okay, she is who you want to know when it's time to buy your home. Okay, because we need to get financing, we need to get approved, down payment assistance, all of these wonderful things she's going to talk about tonight that are available to you to help you get into a home. However, ladies and gentlemen, there are some things that are stopping so many Americans from becoming homeowners. Some challenges that we face every single day that so many of us are unaware of. And we're also going to go over those challenges tonight and provide you solutions so you can be ready to see Miss Summer Britt, the mortgage lady. Okay. And then next we have Miss Alicia Jones from Alicia's Real Estate. She is a preferred top realtor here in Atlanta. For those of you here in Georgia, going to talk to you about that process when it's time, when you're ready to actually get ready to start looking for your dream home, okay, to make your dream a reality, okay. And then finally, my powerhouse mentor, business partner, leader, the guru of the financial industry, okay, Mr. Chuck Hollywood Hardon is going to break down with me those challenges and those solutions to get you into that house, like we said, this year in 2021, because it's not too late, guys. It is definitely not too late to get into a house. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up first the mortgage lady. Okay, Miss Summer Britt's going to talk to you all about how to get to the money to get into a house. Miss Summer Britt, are you there?
Yes. Hey, everybody. I hope everybody's having a great night. We're super excited to have y'all on this call. And I just kind of want to jump into it, make this as quick and easy and hopefully not too confusing as possible. So I am the co-owner of Mortgage Pro Loan Services. We are a mortgage broker. We are currently licensed in Florida and Georgia, and soon, hopefully, Texas and South Carolina. Now, me being a mortgage broker, what that means for you is I work with 50 to 60 different lenders. Each of those lenders have their own programs, everything like that. And that means that I can do one credit pull, which is pretty important because then, you're not getting your credit pulled 100 times and your score drops and all that stuff that we don't want to talk about. But I can go ahead and shop different programs for you and different rates for you, as to where if you went to a bank, you have their 4 programs and their rate. Whatever that rate may be, that's just what the rate is. And then I can, like I said, make sure that we're getting the right program for you, finding something that fits your needs, whether it is your personal home that you're trying to buy, whether it's a single family home, a townhouse, a condo, a mobile home, a duplex, or if you're looking to, invest and buy multi-units, as 20 units, whatever it may be, all the way down to, a single family, your second home, vacation home, whatever it may be that you're trying to do. That's what I'm here to help you for, or help you with. So basically, as far as just you buying your first home, or maybe it's not your first home, but, buying your next home, typically the minimum credit score is going to be a 580. Now, there are exceptions to that, so everybody is a case-to-case kind of basis. We do have down payment assistance programs. Those are going to be, a 640, 660, or 680, depending on kind of which program is going to fit your needs the best. Now, with that being said, we also have programs, the FHA loan. I'm sure everybody's pretty familiar with that. That requires a 3.5% down. or we have USDA, which is 0% down. Some of our down payment assistance programs are 100% financing. We do VA, and then obviously the conventional loans, which are 3 to 5% down. Now, a big thing that we always look at are student loans. So if you have student loans, you know, you want to get with me, maybe on a one-on-one, and we can kind of chat about what the best steps would be to work on those. If it's getting an income-based repayment plan put out on those, or if, you know, if they're in deferment, what those steps are going to be, as long or as well as if you file taxes, if you're 1099 versus W-2, what the difference is going to be and what that's going to look like for you to purchase a home and what's going to be needed. Now, as far as the investment programs go, those are typically going to be 20% down. So it is, you know, a little bit of a difference, but if you're looking for a vacation home that you use and rent sometimes, you know, you can always do a vacation second home as well. So there are a lot of options out there. I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of programs. So really kind of getting on a one-to-one basis and figuring out which one is going to work best for you. And then going from there on the credit scores that are going to be needed, and what the down payment down payment requirements are going to be, would be probably the best step to go as far as getting started.
Awesome. Awesome. So you said the minimum score is a 580. That's pretty low. I'm sure the rate is going to be substantially high with a credit score that low. Summer, is that true?
It's not a horrible interest rate. I mean, compared to what interest rates were 3 years ago, it really isn't that big, you know, as far or at that high if you compare it to what rates were. Now, the down payment assistance programs, they do have a higher interest rate. And also, say for some reason you have a lower than a 500 credit or lower than a 580 credit score, it's in the 500s, but you have 10 to 20% down, you know, there are potential options for you still. Now, granted, would it make more sense to use that money to maybe pay off some debts, fix your credit, stuff like that, get, you know, into a house that's with a lower down payment, better interest rate? That might make the most amount of sense. But if you're in some sort of crazy super hurry, but you have a lot of money and not the best credit for whatever reason, you know, those are also options.
Okay, very good. And one last question. When you said 580, so there's no down payment assistance if the score is a 580. You only get the down payment assistance if it's a 640, 660, or up to 680. Is that what I heard?
Correct. So unless you're going VA, sometimes we can get away with going USDA. Now, USDA is in only rural areas. So if you are looking to move to Atlanta, like literally Atlanta, you won't be able to get USDA there. But if you are willing to kind of go into the outskirts of some of the surrounding areas, then USDA is awesome. You know, a really awesome loan for first-time home buyers. It's 0% down, but still has really great rates. So might be worth looking into.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that information. Guys, that was awesome. So that was just a basic synopsis of some of the programs she has, some of the credit requirements, the percentage for the down payment assistance. You got any questions for Miss Summer Britt about that, guys, please feel free to put it in the chat. Now I'm going to bring up Miss Alicia from Alicia's Real Estate to talk about the process. Ladies and gentlemen, once you are all set with Summer and you have your money approved, now you get to get with a realtor and do the most fun part and go home shopping. Y'all help me give it up for Miss Alicia.
Hey everyone, hi, thank you for joining. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight to get this valuable information. Yes, so by the time you speak with me, a couple of questions that I'm going to ask you is, number one, have you been pre-approved? This is the most important step in buying a home, is to get pre-approved, especially in today's market. anyone who lives here in Atlanta, if you are looking for a home here within the metro Atlanta area, just to let you know, it's a seller's market right now, which means sellers have all the leverage, and there are multiple offers being made on one home. So it's basically a shortage of inventory here in Atlanta, which means home buyers have to put themselves in the best position possible in order to win the bid on the home that they want. And by the time we go out to look at homes, I like to send my offer along with the contract. There's really no time for us to look at the home, express interest, and then try to get approved. So the first question I'm going to ask my clients is, have you been pre-approved? If you say you have not been pre-approved, then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to refer you over to my preferred lender, to Summer Britt, and I'm going to tell you, you need to speak with Summer to get pre-approved. A couple of the steps even prior to getting pre-approved or reaching out to a realtor or a lender is you yourself want to check your financial health. You want to check your own credit. You want to order your credit report. By law, you are entitled to get a credit report free of charge. Go online, order your credit report, see what's on your credit for yourself. Determine what needs to be deleted, determine what information is not correct. And if you don't know how to do these things, this is some of the things that we're going to also talk about later on this webinar. So again, know your financial health. Gone, I want to say this, and this is a public service announcement. Gone are the days where, oh, you can get in the house with no money down. You have to have some money, okay? And whether that money is for a down payment or whether that money is for your closing costs. So if you are preparing yourself for home ownership, check your credit, check your financial health, and you want to start saving money. Right now with the pandemic, there is stimulus money on the way. People are also, if you are self-employed or have a business, there is PPP money available. Whatever, you just need to start saving. Save that tax refund that's coming up. Don't spend these things on liabilities, on things that's not going to give you any sort of equity in the future. So save as much money as possible to get yourself prepared for home ownership. Some of the things that are included in closing costs, you have to pay for the cost of an inspection. You'll have to pay for an appraisal with the bank. So you have to have funds available, and the bank, the lender wants to see your reserves. So they're going to ask for your bank account information and for your bank statements to kind of see your banking history of how you handle your money. Debt to income ratio, that is one thing that is very important to a lender. Don't have your credit cards maxed out. That your debt to income ratio is going to be too high. So if you need to start paying down credit cards to get yourself in a better position, your debt to income ratio, that is also very important. So for me as a real estate agent, those are the two most important things in preparing yourself for home ownership is your credit, saving your money, and also ensuring that you have money saved for your reserves, because once you get in the house, there's some cost involved in moving into a home as well. The fun part is looking for the home. That's the fun part, and that, believe it or not, is the easy part. Even with the shortage of inventory, me as a real estate agent, I try to keep myself knowledgeable. I try to keep myself abreast of all new construction, what's happening, what's coming down the pipeline, what's coming soon. So finding the home, that's the fun part. I'm also an investor-friendly real estate agent. So even for me working with the client and this is their first home and they're a first-time home buyer, I kind of still have the mindset that this is a big investment for them. So I try to educate them on finding properties that are not yet at their fullest potential. So that means finding properties that already have equity in it. For example, I had a client who purchased a home over in Decatur in Belvedere Park, and we just got the appraisal back today, and he's walking into $7,000 worth of equity on his home. And so we had to make a hard decision. And once I laid out the numbers for him, I had to show him where this house may be aesthetically more appealing to you, and it was, but it was in another zip code that was not going to garner him the type of equity build that the other home was going to give him. So once he saw that And once he saw the comps that I provided, that's how he arrived at that decision to buy that home. And he was glad today. He told me that he did make that decision. So for me as a real estate agent, I always see it through an investor lens. So that's the home buying process in a nutshell, really. The most work, honestly, is in the preparation. Once you're under contract, everything else is my job to ensure that it is stress-free and it is as seamless as possible for you. And I do a lot of that just by educating my clients when we meet initially for a buyer's consultation. I don't like when clients, you know, they don't want to do the consultation because they feel it's a waste of time, but that's important because that's the education piece that you need to understand what the process is. I like to show you contracts, some of the examples of contracts and amendments that you might be asked to sign. So to me, knowledge is power.
Mhm. I agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That was awesome. That was some awesome information, guys. That was straight and to the point. Like she said, that is the fun part. But guys, it's some things you have to do. Like she said, before we get to the fun part, we got to get that financial stage. We got to get that financial confidence up. We got to get that financial makeover. Okay. Like she said, you're going to need some money. I've been in my house just over 14 months. And I'm telling you, yes, you do have to have some money, and they are relentless with checking those bank statements, okay? And they're gonna check it again right before you close. So don't
Yes.
go do anything, don't go do anything crazy, okay, right before you close. So yes, that is so true. You have to have some money, guys, up front. You definitely have to have some funds. So let's get into what do we have to do to get prepared to meet with Summer, to meet with Alicia. Okay, what do we do to get ready to get that financial makeover? How do we get that money that she's talking about? The savings and things like that. How do we reduce that DTI? How do we eliminate that debt? Okay, so that we have those funds to save, to start preparing for that down payment and those expenses to become a homeowner. So now we're going to talk about exactly how to do that along with my partner, Mr. Chuck Hollywood Hardon. Again, I told y'all he is the Michael Jordan of the financial world. Okay. If you got money problems, listen, he got all the answers. So without further ado, y'all help me bring up my partner, my mentor, my guy, Mr. Chuck Hollywood Hardon. Where the money resides.
Awesome, man. Definitely got to give back up. Thank you, ladies, for putting this together. Yes, you are a true rock star, for seeing the need in the market, for being that open-hearted person that truly wants to help people do probably one of their most important purchases of life, and just putting the information together for them to help them be, successful in that journey, and bringing all these experts, these people that lead the market in the industry of those. Thank you so much for everything that you do. And I appreciate just being a part of the conversation. Because I like to help people as well, right? And just to let you guys know, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm what you call a financial educator. So we're going to have a quick educational conversation, because what a lot of people don't understand is all of us have different financial situations, right? All of us have those different things. We all have different goals, different backgrounds, different occupations, but we all have one very common objective. At the end of the day, we all want to be successful financially. Right? And part of that financial success is ownership, owning a piece of America and having something that you can truly leave for your kids and your kids' kids, right? So home ownership is part of that. But there are some systematic things that's in place that's keeping us compressed down. So the first thing that we have to do is we have to acknowledge the challenges that we have to overcome, okay? So, and the challenge, what most people think is that I just need to make more money. Right? Yeah. Yes. If we ask somebody what is their biggest challenge financially, they're gonna say, well, I just need to make more money. I need to make more money. But let me ask you guys on the line all a quick question. Who's ever heard this phrase before? The more you make, the more they take. Whoever heard that before, give me a thumbs up. Let me see. Right? And that is 100% correct. So what we have to do first is figure out what the challenge is and figure out how to get them from taking so much. So as me and Yaz go through this conversation, I want you guys to take some notes. Be sure to write some things down, because this is the conversation you can have with your kids, 2-3 years from now, and it still be quite relevant to the market. All right. So let me share my screen. It didn't look like it wanted to share. There it is. There we go. Okay, so these are the 4 financial challenges that we have to overcome. And it's really, really simple. You got inflation, you got taxes, you have debt, and the last one is big business. All right. These are the 4 challenges that all of us have to overcome. Now, yes, do me a favor. Could you really explain to them what inflation is and how it affects them financially?
Oh my gosh, inflation, it is the silent income killer, ladies and gentlemen. It simply means your money is losing power every single day in America, okay? Especially in this pandemic because everything has gone up, all right? I know when you go in the store, you see the prices of things that you use every single day have doubled, if not tripled.
Yep.
I know milk right now for a gallon. I was in Publix the other day. It was almost $6, ladies and gentlemen, for a gallon of milk. But listen, your income has not increased. That's called inflation, guys.
Right. And what we got to understand is that business owners dictate the price of goods and services. So they can go up on their price whenever they choose to. All right. You have to be in position to be able to keep up with inflation. Because when you're getting your loans, when you're getting your when the banks and the people are seeing if you can qualify for the home, they're not just checking to see if you can buy it today. They want to see if you can afford it 3 years from now. They want to see if you can afford it 5 years from now because they already understand inflation. All right. Now, the second challenge we got to overcome is the biggest expense that we all have to pay, which are taxes. Taxes actually takes the very first 1/3 of your income. It goes to taxes off the rip, right? And if you think about all the different taxes that we pay in our country, we got federal tax, we got state tax, we got local tax, we got county tax, we got city tax, we got Avalon tax, some of us got property tax, we got estate tax, we got just cause tax, we got COVID tax. Like they just start making up words for taxes, right? So what we're going to teach you guys this evening is something, not tax evasion. We want to teach you tax efficiency because most of the taxes that I just mentioned, most of them are taxes that you cannot control. So not only there are very few that you can. So not only are we going to show you how to control them, we're going to show you how to maximize them, how to put that money directly back into your pocket to put it to work for you. Okay. And if you understand our conversation about inflation and you understand our conversation about taxes, those actually cause challenge number 3, which is debt, right, Yaz? Yaz, are you on mute? Because it looked like you're talking. I used to be able to hear. I can't hear you now. Uh-oh, we did something. Okay. Yes, you did something because I can't hear you. Okay, I'm going to take care of debt. Look, debt takes the second 1/3 of your income. Right? It takes the second 1/3 of your income. And think about, and we nicknamed it the family curse, right? Because we're systematically programmed to think that being in debt is okay. So the one thing that we have to understand is there are different kinds of debt. But what you really have to understand is when qualifying for a loan, is that there's a debt to equity ratio. And if that number is off, regardless of how much cash, how much money you might make, it's going to really hinder you being able to get that home of your dreams. So we have a system that not only just help you minimize your debt and control your debt, we do have a system to help you 100% eliminate your debt. All right. Because some things, before you buy a house, some things you just going to have to pay off. That's just the bottom line, right? And then, of course, we got big business. And this is probably the hardest one to overcome. We nicknamed this one the money trap because corporate America they spend millions of dollars every single day to figure out how to get more of your money out of your pocket, right? They have marketing, advertising, all the things they put in front of you. As a matter of fact, we call this the 12 months of cash flow because they try to get into your pocket every single month. Every month, they want you out spending additional money. Give you an example. Right now, we're in the month of February. Just about to finish it off, right? 2 weeks ago, we celebrated Valentine's Day, where you got to buy something for your sweetie, for the one that you love, right? But let me ask y'all a question. Shouldn't you show the people that you love them every day? So why do you have to spend additional money that particular day, right? But in March, they're going to have to spend money on spring break. April, we got Easter. May, we got Mother's Day. June, we got Father's Day. July, you got 4th of July. August, you got back to school. September, you got Labor Day. October, you got Halloween. November, you got Thanksgiving, which is the holiday. But corporate America created Black Friday. Corporate America created Cyber Monday, Brown Thursday, an entire weekend of nothing but spending money. In December, we got Christmas. January, we got New Year's. And February, we right back in February. All right, so every single month. And that doesn't even include birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, all the ways that we celebrate people. Okay. Now, to be totally transparent, I see nothing wrong with celebrating people. I love to have fun. Y'all will learn that very quickly. But what I don't think is that we need to go into more debt to show someone that we love them or that we are proud of them. So what we're going to do is use that cash flow. We're going to use that cash flow because, like every person on the line before me spoke, at the end of the day, when it comes to buying your home, you're going to need some cash at the table. You're going to need some money in your pocket. And if you're thinking right now, I'm working to save it up, I'm trying to save it up, we just explained the 4 challenges on why that does not work by itself. We have to shift a few things in the mindset so that we can shift that income and shift that lifestyle. Okay. Now, Yaz, are you back with me? Can you say something? Oh, you can say something. We just can't hear you. We just can't hear what you say. Okay, hold on. Let me do a quick check real quick. Make sure that's not just me. Let me make sure it's not just me. Can anybody hear Yaz? If you cannot hear Yaz, give it a thumbs up. If you cannot hear anything she's saying. Okay, so that's not me. Yaz, there's something on that end over there. Something over there going on. Right. But let's keep this moving. I got your back. You know how we do. I got your back. Right. So this is what we're going to do. MWR Financial is a company that we partnered up with that has a strategic plan to help individuals be financially fit to be in position to buy a home. I mean, they have a systematic way and a team of experts in place to help you with this process. Because this is what we have to understand. A lot of people have been trying to do this already, but most of them have been trying to figure it out by themselves. You've been trying to figure out, how am I going to pay off my debt? You've been trying to figure out, how am I going to increase my credit score? You've been trying to figure out, how am I going to save up enough money for a down payment? Let some experts give you a game plan to help do it for you. Okay. So this is what MWR offers. They have a financial edge membership. And in this membership, there are specific strategies that anyone can implement to help them become financially fit. All right. So what I'm going to do is explain the membership, and hopefully I'm going to have Yaz and some of my other partners give some testimonies on how the system is able to work for them. Okay. So the first thing we're going to have to do is help increase your cash flow. Now, when it comes to cash flow, that's really just your money staying with you a little bit longer. We do that 3 different ways. 1, we're going to help minimize your taxes. 2, we're going to help minimize your debt. And 3, we're going to help minimize expenses. When those 3 things go down, your cash flow goes up. Now, the question becomes how? How do you minimize taxes? Well, I'm glad you asked, right? Let me share it with you. Let me show you something. Right? So we have a team of financial experts to come with the Financial Edge membership. And the first thing we're going to help you do is we're going to use Money Max. Money Max is our tax reduction strategy, where once you establish your membership, you have unlimited access to certified financial planners. You have unlimited access to CPAs, to people that are certified with the IRS to help you become tax efficient. So as a matter of fact, one of the strategies they're going to teach you is how to properly adjust your W-4. Now, you might not be familiar with your W-4. You're probably more familiar with your W-2 because you get one of those every year. But if you received a W-2 this year, that means you have a W-4 on file at your job. And the IRS has shared with us that 88% of the country has that form filled out incorrectly, 88%. And because of that, you're having too much money taken out of your taxes. That's why when you look at your paycheck, you see the gross amount and you see the net amount. Then you get grossed out by the net because they done kept so much of your money. You know what I'm talking about when it comes to the gross and net, right? So this is what we're going to do. Working with the experts gives you an opportunity to help them give a proper adjustment to give you, in most cases, an instant pay raise on your paycheck from your job, right? And I know I saw one of my partners on the line. This young lady's a rock star on the team. She's been working with us for a few months now. right? Where Miss Felicia McCoy go? There she is. Felicia, do
I'm
me a favor.
here. How are you?
I can hear you, Felicia. I can hear you. I can hear you, right? Do me a favor. Why don't you explain the process and how it worked when you adjusted your W-4 and worked with the experts?
Absolutely. So I was fortunate enough to start my own investment in myself and really get started with this business. And I simply uploaded my 2 pay stubs, my last year's tax return, and I immediately got a $750 pay raise in my check. So I went from paying $386 biweekly, which was roughly about $800 a month, down to paying $22. So that right there started my snowball and my investment potential. Like I said at the start, I'm looking to buy a new home because I'm tired of Connecticut, tired of the cold.
So just so the guests on the line are clear what happened, you work with the experts and they adjusted the W-4 form for you, and then you turn it in at your job.
Absolutely.
And the next month, there was an additional $750 on your paycheck from your job. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct. 2 weeks later, I got my first increase. I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Okay. Now, did you have to work any more hours for that increase?
I'm a salaried employee. There's no more hours to work.
So you didn't have to sell anything, recruit nobody,
Nothing.
just work with the experts. That's called winning right there, right? And I see another young lady. This is another rock star on the team. She's a what I call a powerhouse, right? Miss Patton. There she is. Miss Pat, do me a favor, because I know you work with the process. You went through all of our strategies so far. Why don't you let them know how it worked for you when you did your adjustment?
So I, with the Money Max, I uploaded just as Felicia. Just let me say the amazing job that you guys are doing. I must give it up to you all. But I did the same thing. I uploaded my 2 check stubs to the experts because I got a team. Yes, if Oprah can have a team, so can I. And I gave the information to my team. They sent me back my W-4, turned it into my employer, and I got $709 back on my paycheck a month.
$709 back on the paycheck.
Yes.
Now, again, that's called winning, right? And let me help clear it up, because I know somebody online is looking like, hold on, she got back $750, she got back $700. What's the difference? Okay. So I want you guys to understand, we do not have a cookie cutter system. So everyone don't get back the exact same thing. The objective of our experts is to be sure that your W-4 is correct. All right. But whether you're getting back $80 a check or whether you're getting back $800 a check, who want your money on your check? Give me the thumbs up. Let me just see. Right. Who can agree that just makes sense? Because now you have something to work with. Whether you're going to use that cash. Thank you, ladies. I do appreciate that. Whether you guys are going to use that cash to pay down debt, whether you're going to use that cash to stash up so you can have a down payment, you now have something to work with. We call it a little breathing room, okay? Now, of course, after we minimize your taxes, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to continue to help minimize your expenses. Minimize your debt, I'm sorry. Because again, the debt to equity ratio is probably one of the most key factors in qualifying for a home. If this number is off, the answer is no. Right? So we have a system called Equity Max. Now, Equity Max is our debt elimination strategy where it helps clear out some of your debt. Not just credit card debt. Our system is really designed to help you be 100% debt free, but you can actually kind of systemize what you want to pay off in the quickest way to pay it off. All right. So you load in all of your debt. That would be credit cards, car notes, mortgages, student loans, medical bills, anything that can get paid off. You load into the Equity Max system, and they're going to systematically show you a way of paying it off and paying it off in a reduced time frame. And I'm not just saying taking like a 30-year mortgage to 25 years. You can take a 30-year mortgage down to 12 years, down to 8 years. As a matter of fact, this is an example of how our system actually operates. So this is an example of someone owing $209,000 in debt. They are currently paying $31.85 every single month. Now, according to their creditor's plan, they will make that payment for the next 29 years before they're debt free. Once they put the information in the Equity Max, they gave them a game plan to pay off the exact same debt with the exact same money, and they're going to be debt free in 7 years, 11 months. This saved them 21 years of life and $159,000 in interest. Again, this is a game changer. Now, Ms. Patton, I know you use this process and getting things together. So I know you're going to do some refinancing and taking advantage of this great interest rates that we have going on. How much time do they take off your debt when you put all your information into the Equity Max system?
They took off approximately 15 years of debt.
Wow.
I was scheduled to be in debt until 2038. Now my new debt-free date is October 2023.
October, debt-free, October 2023.
Debt-free with my house.
With the house, the mortgage, everything, not owe nobody nothing.
No, sir.
Oh, come on now. That's called winning right there, right? That's called winning right there. I thought I saw one of my other partners on here. I got a rock star up north up there, Miss Stephanie Stewart. She definitely helps us. She's a realtor up in the northern area that's really doing big and amazing things. But I know she not only uses the system, but helps her clients take advantage of it. Steph, what's so exciting about this Equity Max when you got a chance to look at it? What was it able to do for you?
So what's so exciting about this Equity Max is, see, what happened was my credit cards got a little out of control. And I thought I was doing good, but the experts told me that I could be doing better. So they were able to put me on a system. They were able to eliminate my debt, take out $35,000.
Wow.
Put me down to a debt-free date in 2 years.
Come on
and
now.
then because I'm able to have a system to pay my debt down, my credit score went up.
Come on
my
now.
credit score went up, oh, I can do what I want to do now. Not necessarily yet, but I will one day.
That's called winning right there, y'all. That's called winning. And again, the debt to equity ratio is so important when it comes to qualifying for a home, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that leads us to our second. Thank you so much, ladies. We appreciate it. That leads us to the next part of our membership. The next part is credit. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. We talked about Equity Max. I forgot about Bill Shredder. I almost forgot, right? Bill Shredder helps you reduce the bills that you cannot pay off. It comes with the membership, where you now have a team of professional negotiators that will go to work and negotiate your bills on your behalf. And I'm talking about the bills that you can't pay off, like your water bill, light bill, cell phone bill, internet bill. They go to work to help bring those bills down, right? And since I got Miss Pat, and I know she done worked on all these things, Miss Pat, do me a favor. Which one of these, I know they did a few of them. Which one of them were you most excited about when they sent you back the information what they was able to do?
My AT&T bill is outrageous. I got a family plan. I got 2 young daughters, and my bill be out the roof. They got my bill. They shaved off $129 a month off my AT&T cell phone bill.
Wow, $129 a month.
Yes.
Okay, so just so we can do the calculations of the cash flow, so people really get this, you got back an additional $700 from the W-4 adjustment, another $129 from the bill shredder. So that's $830 coming back into you and your household that y'all can now use for either paying off more debt or stash it up to be able to buy that other house you guys are looking at. Is that right?
Right. That we supposed to close on tomorrow. Okay.
Come on now. Let's go and get it. Come on now.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Awesome, right? So this is what it's about, you guys. It's really just having a team of people help put a game plan together for you. And then the last part, and the part I know a lot of you guys are waiting for, is Credit Max. Credit Max, you guys, this is a game changer. This is our credit restoration program, okay? We do not do credit repair. Credit repair is like putting a Band-Aid over a broken bone. We do credit restoration, where we rebuild and enhance your credit. So not only it goes up, but it stays up, all right? And I use Credit Max. I'm gonna give you guys my testimony just because I like it, really, right? Because my credit was not bad. I'll be totally transparent. I was consistently around a 750, 760 all the time. But since it came with the membership, I applied the strategy. All I had to do was upload my 3 credit reports, then I walked away. That's all I did. About 2.5 months later, I got a notification that my credit had gone up to 805.
Wow.
Then it went up again to 811. Then it went to 817. Now they currently have me at 823. Yeah. Again, that's called winning, right? That's called winning. And Miss Patsy, you're just doing so good. Why don't you go and close it out what they did with you for the Credit Max and how they get your credit score up?
Look, this is one of my favorites as well. So I did like you did, Mr. Hollywood. I uploaded my 3 checks, my 3 credit reports: Experience, TransUnion, Equifax to my team.
Mhm.
My team. And they went to work on my credit. 2 weeks, my score went up 36 points. And I did like you. I just went and walked away and I was blown. I said, what in the world did they do?
2 weeks, 36 points
2
in 2
weeks,
weeks.
36 points. Yes. Less than 6 months, my score went up 209 points. And my husband's went up 159 points.
Come on now.
My
That's
team.
winning. That's winning, right? That's winning right there. Let me see if anybody else got a credit max testimony they want to share with me. Let me see if I got a hand. Who else got a credit max testimony they want to share with us? So I got a hand up to see anybody else. I know it's a lot of y'all. I can't see everybody. Okay, it's too many y'all for me to look at. So let's do this, right? Let's do this because I know what somebody's thinking. Now somebody's thinking, wait a minute, if y'all giving all this away, this gotta cost a lot of money. It must cost a lot in order to really take advantage of everything y'all doing with the money max to have the tax max to tax minimization, the equity max to minimize your debt, credit max help increase your credit score. Yeah, so you back with me?
I'm back.
There we go. Okay, now you back for the best part. Why don't you let them know how much it costs for them to take advantage of the Financial Edge membership?
Ladies and gentlemen, let me just first say thank y'all so much. Y'all did an amazing job presenting this information. Thank you to my partner, always got my back. Thank you guys for your testimonies. But to take you of the Financial Edge membership, ladies and gentlemen, it is just $79 to get started and 99 cents and $79.99 per month, okay? And this includes you and your spouse. So you're going to have you and your spouse credit get repaired. Just like you heard Miss Anita just now. Congratulations, 200 plus points and 160 nearly for your husband. That's a game changer. I can imagine what kind of rate you're getting on that deal you're closing tomorrow. So guys, to take full advantage of the Money Max, to get that instant pay raise on your job, like Felicia, although everybody's amount will vary, but listen, I don't care how much it is, that's additional money to get you that much closer and that much faster to meeting your home owner goals, okay? The credit max, the equity max to help eliminate the debt you already have so that you can have the DTI that you need to get the funding. My gosh, guys, this program here is a game changer, all right? This is an investment into you, into your future, into your investment, okay? So again, it's $79.99 to get started. And again, it includes you and your spouse.
100%. And the great thing about it, there's no contract that you have to sign, right? There's no long-term obligation. So you use the program as it benefits you. You know, if you need 7 months to get things in order, then you use it for 7 months. If you need 3 months, you use it for 3 months. What I do want you to understand is the fourth part is our wealth max, which is a whole different conversation about building wealth. So once you get into it, you'll understand, because in that conversation, they talk about land banking, actually purchasing land in the path of growth. And they walk you through a process on how to do it. Like the wealth max is really, I mean, from what I've learned through that particular point, that's going to set you and your family up for life. But you really got to understand the first step is to get that first home under your belt, to get that one place you can rest your head and call your home base, right? We can build around that, okay? So I know we're going kind of quick. Yaz, did you want to open up for questions, or how do you want to handle and finish us off for the evening?
You know, we got done in about 45 minutes. Let's open it up for 3 to 5 minutes for questions, guys. Like he said, we were going fast. I had some technical difficulties. I talk fast. Is there anything you missed from anyone? We're going to open up the line for questions because our goal is to get you in your home.
Great. Now I do see one question from Gisella's asked, is it the same price for single people? And the answer is yes. Same price for single people. Right? One price, keep it real simple. So the answer is yes, but I understand too that credit repair alone costs more than $79. So with everything
I've seen it for thousands. I've seen it for as much as thousands of dollars, you know, which is ridiculous. So we are definitely the most economical, most affordable, and the best in the marketplace, you know.
Okay, so let me see if I see any hands up. Any hands up, any questions?
Great question. Thank you.
Any questions? Don't see any. Any questions for our real estate guru? Any questions at all? I don't see any. So yes, obviously you did a great job because I don't see any questions. I guess everybody's ready. So let me give you guys some instructions.
Hey Chuck, somebody asked what is the income requirement, but I don't know what they were asking as far as what
is the income requirement? Great.
So
Takia.
I kind of answered this in the chat, but there isn't exactly like a minimum income or anything like that. But let's say you make $1,000 a month, and then what you're looking to get in a mortgage is also $1,000 a month, and then you also have a car payment. You have everything. That's just simply not going to work. So really, what we're looking for is just kind of looking at your income, your compared to your debts, and whatever the housing ratio is going to end up being, which the housing expense is going to be your principal, your interest, your property taxes, your homeowner's insurance, your mortgage insurance if you aren't putting 20% down on a conventional, and if there's an HOA that would be included in that price as well. So yes, 3.5% down is 580 and up, unless you're VA. If you're a veteran, then you get 0% down. But as far as just the income ratio and everything goes, it's really kind of on a case-to-case basis. It's going to have your score at a 580. You're not going to get the same debt to income ratio as somebody with a 700 credit score. So that does, there's so many variables in everything that we do. So really, you're just trying to look to get the best, save up as much as you can, get the best credit score that you can. And, like everybody was talking about, trying to pay off those debts, trying to get rid of some of those old collections, old things that are holding you down, all that good stuff.
And one good thing we got to make note, you guys, your credit score is so important because the interest rate, it's going to be the smallest number on the contract, but it holds the biggest weight. It's a big difference between 4% and 3%. Right?
Yes,
If your house is 200,000, it's a huge difference in a 4% interest rate and a 3% interest rate. And that might only be 50 or 60 points that you need on your credit just to move you to the next level. Right. So don't sleep on it. Don't say, well, I got a 650, so I'm straight. That's not the mindset. You want to have it as high as possible, especially if you don't have to do the work. All you got to do is let the experts do the work. You want to get that number as high as possible. Okay. Was there any other questions before we close out?
Yes. I just want to give a statement. Anybody that wants to know anything more about first-time home buyers, I do work for HUD, and we do have a website for that, HUD.gov. So if anybody needs any information for that, please check out the website.
There we go, HUD.gov. Okay. All right. So what we do from this point, the next step, get back with the person that invited you to the call. Give them a phone call right now. Shoot them a text. Let them know. Just say, I need my membership, right? Matter of fact, just shoot them a text and just put in the number 1. We're going to keep this real simple. Put in the number 1. Just shoot them a text with the number 1. They're going to send you a link so you can go ahead and get your membership established tonight. That way they can start working on your credit tomorrow because they go to work as soon as you upload the information, right? They're going to also walk you through the process of getting that W-4 corrected by simply uploading your information, because it does take about 2 or 3 weeks for them to get back with you so you can turn that in at the job. So take full advantage of the membership, get back with the person, send them a text with the number 1. They're going to send you that link tonight. Yes, I'm going to hand over you to close everything out for us for the evening. You are a rock star. Thank you so much for having me on with you.
Thank you so much, everyone. Before we go, Summer, I saw one more question in the chat. If you got a moment to answer that really quickly, if you were laid off and you went back to work and only been back to work for 6 months, I believe if you're in the same field and you didn't change industries, but if you could elaborate real quick and I'll close it out.
Yeah, for sure. So as far as being, whether it's just switching jobs, being laid off, one, it's going to depend on how long you were laid off. If you were laid off for less than 6 months, then you're good to go after pretty much a month once you have 2 pay stubs. If you are hourly, full-time hourly, or salary. Now, if you're commission-based and you weren't commission-based before, you're going to need a 2-year history of being commission-based. But if you're straight hourly, 40 hours a week, every week, so on and so forth, or if you are salary, then you're good to go.
Awesome. Great information. Guys, thank you all for coming on tonight. I hope you took notes. This was information packed. Thank you, Summer Britt, for your expertise and coming to give us this wonderful information on how to get our people funded. As always, Miss Alicia Jones from Alicia's Real Estate, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for your expertise and your input. And Mr. Chuck Hollywood Hardon, thank you so much. As always, got my back, always there. I really appreciate you. You guys have an amazing night. Do not forget to get in touch with the person who invited you here tonight so you can get access to that membership to make the very first investment into yourself so you can meet those home ownership goals. We are here for you to hold your hand and walk you through this process and make it seamless for you. I want to thank you all again for being here and tell you I'll see you over at the top or at the closing table, whichever comes first.